Good evening, everyone. I am sorry I cannot attend today's meeting in person. My name is Andy Hubley, and I am the Regional Planning Division Director at the Arrowhead Regional Development Commission. ARDC is a quasi-governmental political subdivision that primarily does long-range planning in our designated 7-county region. Over the past year, we've been assisting the Cloquet Planning Department with the updating of the Cloquet Comprehensive Plan Transportation section. We also, in partnership with the Carleton County SHIP program, completed a health impact assessment in a parallel process. There'll be more on that later. The plan update was funded by the Arrowhead Regional Transportation Advisory Committee, and guidance for the process was provided by a volunteer committee that included elected officials, planning commissioners, city staff, and neighboring jurisdictions. The plan update begins with some overall goals and recommendations. The plan's vision addresses safety, efficiency, and all travel modes. It addresses industry and business and future funding opportunities. It also purposely acknowledges Cloquet's neighbors. The plan has an overall goal, and it's to maintain an updated and relevant plan. We recommend that an annual review of the plan is completed, as is an annual area transportation meeting that would include neighbor jurisdictions, the county, and MnDOT. Discussions at that annual meeting should include any long-range planning as well as immediately upcoming construction projects. Even though we know that so many components of planning are interconnected, we still develop this plan by sorting issues and opportunities into modal categories. The four we'll talk about first are motor vehicles, freight, pedestrians, and bicycles. Note that each mode discussion first examined the last comprehensive plan's recommendations and adjusted them as necessary. I am not going to go into detail on each recommendation and its action steps, so please note any questions you might have regarding specific recommendations and discuss them with Mr. Cottingham. Motor vehicle recommendations address traditional items such as road access needs in southeast and southwest Cloquet, additional Highway 33 corridor improvements, road design standards, and road clearing improvements, as well as road corridor aesthetic improvements. Regarding roadway freight, recommendations address roadway debris removal, truck routes, and land use ideas. Pedestrians. We address recent plans including recommendations from the Active Transportation Coalition and the Safe Routes to School plan. Developing a plan for sidewalk snow removal is also recommended. It is important to note that the plan update does recommend that the city be responsible for snow removal on priority sidewalks. How that occurs and with what equipment is discussed. Additionally, completion of a detailed sidewalk improvement plan is recommended. Towards that end, ARDC and the city have already completed a sidewalk condition inventory. It is online if people want to check it out. Regarding bicycles, recommendations are for the city to accommodate bikes, especially on priority routes. Most of the recommendations regarding this are a result of a separate but complementary process that the city undertook as part of the Cloquet Area Chamber of Commerce Trails Committee. That group met several times in 2014 and developed several recommendations. The area trails plan recommendations are shown on this map. There are too many to go through in one shot today, but the map does show how comprehensive that plan is. We'll now discuss more modes, including transit, railway, and airports. Regarding transit, the city should support existing transit providers, primarily Arrowhead Transit, but also Fond du Lac's transit system, and the private commuter bus. Carpooling and other transit options should be encouraged as well. Railroad recommendations primarily focused on community interactions. We talked about crossing safety, including Broadway Street, and a quiet zone for the community. For the airport, we discussed understanding potential expansions and their impacts, and being aware of airport activities and their impact. Are there any questions? If there are, please direct them to Mr. Cottingham. If he cannot answer them, I will address them later this week. Thank you for your time. Now there will be a presentation on the Associated HIA.